And now, words of wisdom with Adam Carriker.
Who remembers blowing air into their Nintendo to get it to work?
And welcome back to Fourth and Pain, the only pro wrestling show to be hosted by an NFL player and the weight loss champion. He is Redskins defensive end Adam Carriker. I am the weight loss champion Chuck Carroll. Week 5 in the NFL behind us, up on week 6 now, and that means Goldberg is on the hotline. It is time to pick some games. Goldberg, how are you this week?
I'm doing well, man. I'm fortunate to be this far across the country after Adam has lost his bet, so I don't have to personally view him in those trunks, but I know I'll see pictures. I hear on TMZ, no less.
Oh, I know you can't wait to view him, and I know you can't wait to retweet him as many times as you can. I mean, it's all right. It's all right.
You know, we had...
So Twitter is about gaining followers, not losing them.
Oh, boy.
And it has begun.
It has begun.
You know, we actually overnighted. We had these trunks overnighted to Adam, and I wish you were here, Goldberg, because I'm actually handing him the package with the trunks right now.
Oh, boy.
You should open that up, and let's just see what you're in for.
Before I open these, I should say that, you know, Goldberg, he sent me some of his books and he signed them, and he has been really awesome about all this, doing the show, doing everything. He's turned out to be a great guy. He even offered to send me a pair of his trunks. And as generous as that was, it was like, I'm a huge fan. I'm just not that kind of fan. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my own trucks, but I appreciate the offer.
Yeah, it's not quite like
cool, man. Yeah, I knew you wanted to throw that in there, but you had to have your own personalized touch, and I didn't used to wear a G-string, and I hear that's what you ordered.
Well, I was just afraid that your trunks wouldn't be big enough, and I'm not talking about the fact that I'm 6'6", 300, so.
Wow. Dude, I
These
seriously,
are styling.
I wonder if your legs are going to fit through that.
All I get to say is, did you see the longest yard?
I did see that.
Okay, then your question should be answered.
Well, movies aren't always real, you know that. I heard they're pretty fake. So
I was myself in that movie.
Okay, all right.
Oh man, but
it's gonna be fun,
dude. This is great. I'm looking at the leg holes on these trunks, and when I spoke with the guy on the phone, he was concerned that you weren't going to be able to fit your legs through there. But it is stretchy, man. What do you think?
I think somehow I'll manage. I'll figure it out. They're going to fit somehow. I mean, I do have enormous quads, and that's not even a joke. Like, when I buy jeans, I have to try them on. They can say whatever they want, but the quads usually are an issue. But obviously not for these. I just have to make sure I can get my legs through, but I think I'll be all right.
Wow. I'm looking forward to that. We got the trunks and baby oil to boot. You're going to be styling and profiling, as they say.
Absolutely. I'm gonna do Goldberg proud. I'm going to do Ric Flair proud. I'm going to do myself proud, man.
And you shaved and got a haircut, too.
I did. Well, that just needed to be done. That was just regular maintenance. The wife had been complaining.
Well, this is fantastic. 2 weeks removed from me in a pink top. You got to pay off your debt.
You're not off the hook yet, buddy.
Oh, I am for the time being, and I'm relishing
your time is coming.
This moment. All right, time to pick some games. Goldberg, last week, our first week picking together, you made the clean sweep 5-for-5. Tell me, sir, where did you learn how to pick games like that?
Like I said last week, man, it's picking. You use your heart sometimes, you use your head sometimes, and sometimes you have absolutely no theory behind what you're doing. But I'm going to go with the latter on that one. Sometimes it's a guess here and there. I had to go with my boys. Obviously, I wanted to go with the Redskins. That's the one that I really, really wanted, quote unquote, to lose. But at the end of the day, I was 5-for-5 and very lucky to be so. So. Yeah. Let's see if it continues.
And that Redskins team actually played Atlanta really tough. If they hadn't surrendered, the 10 points at the end, it would have been a different story. But surprisingly strong showing. And I will even go so far as to say Kirk Cousins performed pretty well. Take the 2 picks out of the equation. It was his first game. He did remarkably well given the circumstances having to come in and spell for RG3 after he injured his head.
No, I agree.
I mean, great. There were some really close games. It was tough. It was a tough week for sure.
Yeah, no, it's a tough spot, especially for a rookie like that who hasn't played in a live regular season game. And he came in, he threw the touchdown pass, had a couple of picks, but he showed some heart and showed some guts out there.
All right, boys. Well, let's turn our attention to this week's slate of games. We're going to open it up. Goldberg, you were the champion last week, so you get the honors. Starting with the Dallas Cowboys at the Baltimore Ravens. How do you see this one?
Defense, and the Cowboys like to turn the ball over quite a bit lately, so I am going for the Ravens.
All right, Adam, this one's for you. Who you got?
Well, I think I would have to find a new team if I picked the Cowboys, so I'm going to have to go with the Ravens.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and make that one unanimous. Despite the fact Baltimore only put up 9 points against the Kansas City Chiefs last week, I think that at home this is one of the most difficult teams to play, and the Dallas Cowboys are just going to get the brunt of it up in Baltimore. Next game, Adam, we'll start with you here. New York Giants at San Francisco 49ers. I think I know where you're going to go, but why don't you make it official?
I mean, I know they have a loss. I know the Texans are undefeated. The Falcons are undefeated. But the fact of the matter is that I think the 49ers, are looking pretty good at this point. Their record's really good. They might be the best team in the NFL. There's a few teams out there that can argue with it. I still think the Skins can make a run at this thing, but I'm going to have to go with the 49ers.
Goldberg, what about you?
I second that pick for sure. I mean, this could be a preview of the playoffs. It's going to be a great game. Eli rises to the occasion, but the Niners got everything clicking, man. They're firing on all cylinders. I think they're in the top two teams in the country right now for sure. So Niners all the way.
And again, I'm going to go ahead and make this one unanimous. I think that the Niners have outscored their opponents combined 79-3 in the past two games. Unbelievable. Almost pitched a second consecutive shutout last week against the Buffalo Bills. Alex Smith and company are just doing phenomenal things out there in the Bay Area. But let's turn our attention back east now. Detroit Lions coming down to face the Philadelphia Eagles. Goldberg, you go first this time.
I'd like to say the Lions. Eagles, close loss last week at home. I bet they're pretty pissed off right now. They've got to turn it around. Obviously, I want to go with the University of Georgia alumni as a quarterback for the Lions, but I'm going to pick the Eagles.
These are both two very talented teams, two of the most talented teams in the NFL, but they're two teams you kind of don't know what to expect from week to week. The Eagles turn the ball over so much. The Lions are struggling right now, even with all that talent. But I got to go with the Eagles. I still think even with the Eagles have played some tough teams, the Steelers, the Ravens, and yet they're still 3-2 with all those turnovers. They can cut those down a little bit. I think they can actually be a pretty decent team, so I'm going to go with the Eagles.
I'm surprised you're picking an NFC East rival there, to tell you the truth.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I got to be objective in this somewhat. I can't just base everything off of my heart. I got to use some brains here.
And I'm going to flex my brains.
Hey, remember that quote for the end of the year, will you?
I'll isolate that and play it
when
back.
I'm standing on top of the winner.
Oh, please.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
I'm actually going to go ahead and pick the Eagles as well, make it unanimous, 3-for-3. Man, we got to mix things up a little bit.
Yeah, would you guys quit copying me?
Easy does it there, Mr. Cocky. I think Michael Vick is definitely a tough quarterback at home, and like you said, this is going to be a team looking to rebound after a tough loss last week. Philadelphia Eagles take this one, but it's going to be pretty close. Now, here's the interesting game of the week for me. This is a game that I'm really looking forward to watching. Green Bay Packers traveling south, taking on the Houston Texans. Adam, we'll start with you here.
Two things. I can't imagine the Packers going to 2-4, and I just have a hard time imagining who they playing?
Texans
going to 6-0. Both those are just hard to imagine, so I'm going to go with the Packers.
Wow. Okay, with the upset there. Goldberg, how do you see this one?
The Packers need this win. Benson's out from what I see right now, and they got to go to Houston. I don't see the Texans losing for the first time, man. As much as I'd like to see my boy Kevin Green and the Packers win this thing, Texans all the way.
And I'm following Goldberg's lead on this one.
Finally, some variance.
I gotta go. I mean, the Texans, until proven otherwise. I mean, this is a defense that is just shutting teams down right now. And believe it or not, I actually see a lot of what's happening in New Orleans also happening in Green Bay. Teams that have been on the top for a long time now are on their way down. A little bit of parity going on, and I think that we're starting to see the tide turn up in Green Bay. For that reason, the young up-and-coming Texans are going to take this one. And Goldberg, we're going to wrap things up close to you. The Denver Broncos traveling to face the San Diego Chargers. How do you see this one?
Well, at this point in the season, I think it's a must-win for both of these guys. Quarterback shootout again, I believe. Chargers are very unpredictable, man. Unfortunately, I live about 40 minutes north of the stadium, so people can't really find me. I'm going to go Broncos. I think Manning's going to be the difference.
Adam, what about you?
I think the hype surrounding the Broncos is all about Peyton Manning. I don't think their defense is that great. I think they're okay as a team, and I think the Chargers are a little bit more talented, and I think they will get the victory.
And Adam, I'm following your lead on this. Probably not my wisest move after Goldberg went with the clean sweep last week. But I just think Norv Turner, the San Diego Chargers, these guys are regular season champions and not so good in the postseason. But playing them at home, difficult game for Manning to come in and win, especially after a tough loss last week against the Patriots. I think it's just going to be a double dose, a tough division game. San Diego Chargers.
Okay, I'm not going to back up, but I got to say, I live here. Chargers are my home team here. Norv's a friend of mine, and you're right, man. I mean, they've got great talent. There's no question about it. But I just, from week to week, you just never know who's going to show up. So there you go. I just have my piece. So.
Well, you're not undoing your pick, are you? You're not scared, are you?
No, I'm not undoing it, man. I just have to live here in this
All
place.
right. Well, if you're scared of getting beat up.
My feelings for the Chargers have to come out. I mean, most of my buddies aren't there anymore, but the fact is that that's my hometown team. But,
well, if you're scared of getting beat up.
Before we sign off, guys, can we say a little note about both of our alumni past performances this weekend?
Why would you bring that up? Why? Why?
What do you mean? Why? I got destroyed.
Well, we didn't look good.
Absolutely destroyed Georgia. Well, what happened to you guys?
Apparently, we don't believe in defense anymore. Golly, I don't know what we gave up. 60-some points?
Oh yeah.
Good Lord. At least we didn't get almost shut out. We can actually score, but
I don't know.
Unbelievable. Didn't want to touch on anything bad, but we both kind of feel the same about our alumnus this weekend. So man, that was a tough one.
I was just trying to avoid that. That was just. I ended up going to bed. It was like 63-30. So I'm like, good Lord, this is terrible.
Well, who does Georgia have this weekend? Are you guys on a bye?
I'm abstaining from even caring this week after what happened. I'm still reeling with the 35-3 score or whatever it was. It was absolute, and Spurrier at the same time. Come on.
That's another former Redskins coach right there.
Random question for you. I don't know the answer to this. What was your record against Florida when you played them in college?
I think we were pretty much 50%. I just remember the 23-6 game when they were third in the country, and we made Emmett cry just about every time he ran the ball. But the unfortunate part is that I remember the times when they would just absolutely destroy us and Spurrier would rub it in. So my memories of Spurrier as a collegiate coach are not fond by any stretch of the imagination. But hey, it's just my fact that I bleed red and black.
Gotcha. I'm noticing something here. See, he's 5-0. He's already started another streak.
How's this?
He's 5-0.
Oh yeah.
He's already started.
Oh God!
Look at that.
Of course, we're not going to hide any losses like he did.
Wow.
You got to read the book to get that one.
Inside shot.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys pick along with us at home on fourthandpain.com. There's going to be a poll right next to our picks. Just let us know who you think is going to win the game. Tweet at us. Each week, a winner. We'll choose one at random, send you off a little bit of a prize pack just for participating. Goldberg, thank you so much. Good luck going 5-5 again.
You got it, man. Appreciate it, guys. Always a pleasure. And rock and roll. Good luck this week. And, hey, let's get the winner. Let's do a little shout-out to next week's winner.
10-4.
Sounds good.
Love it. This is Fourth and Pain. We will be right back.